JP Morgan Chase now seeing a U.S. or global recession.
We're in an interesting position.
They're going to likely cut interest rates.
The American economy is headed for a recession.
Recession.
Push U.S. economy into a recession this year.
The stock market just crashed harder than it has in years, and on top of that, many people think that we're heading towards a recession, or maybe we're already in one now. And because of this, people are tightening their pockets and not spending as much. And I get it. There's so many influencers out there that are telling you this client acquisition strategy is the best or that one's the best, and it's hard to tell which one is actually right. But the truth of the matter is it's almost always going to be unique to your circumstance and what you're doing at this stage of your career in life. So what you're doing at your career stage might not be worth it for me to do, and what I'm doing at my career stage might be laughable for a billionaire. So there are certain acquisition strategies that are great when you first start, but are terrible down the line because they don't scale. And if you try to skip any steps and you do an acquisition strategy that isn't right for this period of your life, then I can almost guarantee you that you're gonna make things very difficult for yourself. So in the next few minutes of this video, I'm gonna plot out a course for you that's going to help you acquire the most clients, that's going to be tailored to where you are in your business right now. I'm going to be showing you the best acquisition strategy for total beginners, all the way up to people that are making millions and millions of dollars a year. And I'm going to be revealing the one acquisition strategy that's better than all the rest. An acquisition strategy that's so effective that it almost feels unfair to use. And this is what really separates the people that are kings of their niche versus the people that barely get by or fail altogether. And these strategies have collectively helped my clients generate tens of millions of dollars a year in new revenue. And by the time this video is over, you're gonna have a step-by-step playbook for how you can do this as well, even in a tough economy where most businesses are struggling to get new clients. But that's not gonna be you as long as you pay attention to this video, absolutely demolish the like button, and implement what I teach you. So let's jump into this with number one on the list. We're gonna jump into the computer, and that is going to be direct to Calendly link. So this one might surprise you, but basically what you're doing here is you are literally going direct to a Calendly link from YouTube. So instead of sending them to an email list or sending them to a Facebook group or sending them to a webinar, what I've found has been working really well, especially if you're first launching a product, if you're first launching a new offer, is literally just to send them directly to a Calendly link. So on the Calendly link itself, of course, you are going to be asking them certain questions, and I'm actually going to show you kind of the questions that we were asking people. But this actually works surprisingly well, and I think the reason that it works so well is because of the fact that basically most people are using VSLs or more advanced marketing tactics. So getting people on email list, VSL, webinar, etc. And if you just go back to the basics, sometimes it actually works better than the advanced marketing tactics. So just simply getting on a phone call with someone with a Calendly link can sometimes work extremely well. So let me show you exactly what I mean by this. So if you go back to this channel, which I started about 2.5, 3 months ago or so, when I very first started this channel, I did not have a VSL. I did not have a VSL. And everything that I was posting was literally just a Calendly link. Now, recently I did actually replace it with a VSL because now we sort of have a really good idea of what types of people we're getting from the channel. But when I did my first 30-day challenge, this link right here was just a Calendly link. It was a Calendly link directly to book a call with me. And these are the exact questions that I was using. So question one, what does your YouTube channel currently look like? I can show you what the answers are, 0 to 100 subscribers, all the way up to 300 to 1 million plus subscribers. Question two, how are you making money? I'll show you what that looked like. Coaching, consulting, service, courses, digital products, my job, YouTube, blah, 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 blah. Question three, what is your target monthly revenue? 5 to 10K per month, all the way up to 100 to 300K per month or other. Of course, I always include other. So you guys can literally just copy these questions. Obviously, it's going to be a little bit different for you depending on your offer. And then question four, what is stopping you from hitting your target monthly revenue? Having trouble growing on YouTube, having trouble making money on YouTube, having trouble starting YouTube, having trouble scaling YouTube, and having trouble distributing content. And then what is your phone number, including international calling code? This one's pretty self-explanatory, just somewhere for them to enter the phone number. It is important to include international calling code in that. Which platform was this call booked? YouTube, Twitter, email, Facebook, Instagram, website, LinkedIn, referral, other. When we first started the offer, we were just doing Calendly link, and I'll explain exactly why that is here in a moment. How willing and able are you to invest in the growth of your channel and business? Not willing, unable but willing, willing and able, and then willing, able, and excited to solve my problems. So this is a really important question to ask people just to make sure that they are kind of qualified for your service. So obviously, if they're not willing, definitely don't take a call with them. If they're unable but willing, possibly take a call with them. What we like to do is we like to send these people to a triage call. That's like a 15-minute call with one of my representatives just to see if they are qualified. And then willing, able, and excited to solve my problems. Of course, you would take calls with them. And then how soon do you want to start growing your YouTube channel? I'm already posting on YouTube. I want to start now. I want to start within the next few months. I want to start within the next few weeks and then next few months. I want to start within the next year. I don't want to start anytime soon. And this is optional. You don't have to do this, but it just gives you an idea of where they're at. You know, is it an urgent problem or is it something that's just kind of nice to have? If your calendar is full, I probably would not accept people who want to start within the next few months. If your calendar is not full, I would accept these people, but just be aware of this information and know that you're going to have to basically try to tell them that like they should start, you know, sooner than the next few months in the call. And then leave link to your Instagram handle, your Facebook page, or your Twitter handle. And basically this is so that you can contact them, essentially. And then text message and phone number at the end. So those are the booking page options. You could basically just copy these if you want. But basically the reason why we do this, guys, the reason why this is so effective is actually a couple different reasons. For one, you book a lot of calls. You're going to book more calls doing this than you are with a VSL because most people don't want to watch a VSL. So you book a lot of calls. Okay. The first month I did this, actually, I think it was the second month I did this when I was really taking it seriously. I actually booked almost 300 calls. Now, did I accept all those calls? Of course not. I only accepted, you know, a portion of them that I thought would actually close. But it books a lot of calls, and so therefore you can make money right off the bat. And the biggest thing is you're basically getting paid to do market research. Because as much as you think you've done market research, you probably still don't know exactly who wants to buy your stuff. And wouldn't it be nice if you could actually just get paid to do market research? Well, that's exactly what you're doing here. You're getting on phone with people who are interested in, you know, starting and growing a YouTube channel or growing a YouTube channel. You're seeing where they're coming from. Do they already have businesses? Do they already have a YouTube channel? Have they like failed at YouTube? Do they have a YouTube channel where they're getting a bunch of views but they're not actually making money from it? You can see where they're coming from, like what background they're coming from. So it's really good for doing market research. And you can definitely make a good amount of money. Like I made 30K in 30 days with this channel that you're watching it on, the Shane Hummus Unfiltered channel, and Shane Hummus Unfiltered, SHU. So, and I was just using a Calendly link. That's it. Okay, so you can make good money with this. Is it as good as a VSL? No, it's going to be probably slightly less good than a VSL. But the truth is, VSL, like a good VSL, is going to take you a long time to make. And if you don't know who your customers are, you can't make a good VSL. So starting with a Calendly link is honestly just a cheat code. This is a genius way to do it. And you should definitely be starting with a Calendly link unless you already know exactly who is going to buy your stuff. And then you can go ahead and just skip to a VSL. I'm not going to go on and on about that. Number 2 is going to be a system-related lead magnet. So this is a very special type of lead magnet. And what it could be is it could be something like a flowchart. So, you know, you guys have seen me, you know, use lots of flowcharts on this channel. So it could be something like a flowchart. And if a flowchart has maybe links to different types of trainings or links to, you know, for instance, our flowcharts have links to, you know, YouTube templates, like YouTube thumbnail templates, YouTube script templates, etc. That kind of thing, just to make somebody's life a little bit easier. So it's like a system-related lead magnet. It shows them a system for how to do something. Another example of this, so obviously, you know, one example would be flowcharts. So you can kind of see, you know, this is my board for a lot of different flowcharts. You can see that, you know, this just like systematizes things. And sometimes you can actually link to the flowchart as well. So this is a video that I'm going to be doing here pretty soon. Cheat codes for productivity, etc. So you could do something like that, of course. You could also do something that I saw my friend Andrew Kirby and his right-hand man Victor do. And that is they basically made a searchable database for Naval Ravikant quotes and beliefs. So it has like his tweet storms, his periscopes, his quotes, things from his books, etc., etc. So you can literally make like a database of Naval Ravikant's brain, essentially. So basically what he did is he made a database of Naval Ravikant's brain, and of course, in order to get it, you have to give him your email, right? And he did the same thing, I believe, with Alex Hormozi. And again, in order to get it, you have to give him like your email or be in a group or something along those lines. And this got 71,000 views, and he got thousands and thousands of people into his ecosystem by doing this. So this is one thing. I've seen other people make like AI bots where you could ask an AI like, what would Alex Hormozi think if I asked him this question? So, this is my situation, what would you think about it? And you can like ask a Alex Hormozi AI bot or something like that. So this is basically a system-related lead magnet, okay? So system-related lead magnet. I gave you a few ideas for what you can do here, but it's just different than a normal lead magnet. It's something really cool. It's something new, something AI-related, something flowchart-related, something that took you a lot of time and effort to make a lot of the time, and it's kind of system-related. So it's not just some kind of template that you use one time. It's something that you'd come back to over and over again. So that's an example. Another example on the subject of Alex Hormozi and Naval Ravikant and Andrew, another thing you can do is you can make a school group. So this is another thing that Andrew did. Andrew and Victor, they made a school group. Great guys, by the way. I've worked with them for a while now. They're awesome. But they made a school group. You can also look at a bunch of other groups, so just go to Discover Communities. These are some of the biggest groups. So for instance, Hamza has this group called Adonis Gang, and it has 135,000 members in it, which is absolutely insane. So 135,000 members in this group. And then of course he can upsell people from this group to his paid group, which is probably also on here somewhere. But yeah, it's his. I guess it's not on here, but yeah, he has a paid group as well where he charges people a certain amount of money too, and he can upsell people to that paid group, or he can upsell people to high ticket coaching, that kind of thing, right? And so this is another really good thing you can do. So you can do free, or in some cases you could do like a low ticket paid group. So this guy right here has 6,000 members at $2,200 a month. I think that's about $120,000 a month, if I'm doing my math correctly, which is great right off the bat. But then he's able to upsell people to a higher ticket offer. So they're paying $22 a month and they get a good amount of value from that. But if they want to work more closely with him and his team, they can upsell people to that higher ticket offer and really make it happen, right? So really good way of making money. School groups. You can also use Facebook groups, of course. You can use Telegrams, Discords, etc. School seems to be one where it attracts more like B2B type people who are really serious about getting results. So school's pretty good. With that being said, school is also not as addictive as something like Facebook or Telegram, etc. And so there are some upsides to basically using those other platforms. But I really do like School, both for the paid and unpaid features. And I use School for my groups as well, so I really like it. So next is going to be a service-based lead magnet. Okay, service-based lead magnet. And this is basically where you literally just do a small service for someone. So it's something where you actually have to spend your time or someone on your team's time to do it. So the classic example of this is in an industry that's been around for a very long time, and that is the SEO industry. So they've been doing service-based lead magnets for like 5 or 10 years now. And what they do is they basically do a website audit. Okay, so they do a free website audit, and this takes, it takes some time. It takes some time, it takes some effort, and you do a free website audit. You reach out to them and you're like, hey, do you want a free website audit? We'll give it to you. And then you do a website audit. Usually you'll use some kind of combination of different pieces of software. And then you'll also, maybe make like a compilation of some things that they could do to improve their website. And then you'll make a little video just explaining exactly what you can do. And service-based lead magnets, guys, they work extremely well because the person that you do it for knows that you actually spent your time, effort, and money on the lead magnet. And so they are much, much more likely to actually get on a call with you and much, much more likely to buy your stuff. So service-based lead magnets, they've been working amazingly well in many different industries, in a lot of different high-ticket industries that have nothing to do with the info product space they work, and then even high-ticket industries that do have to do with info products, such as SEO, ones that have been around for a lot longer, they also work extremely well. So do not sleep on service-based lead magnets. They can be really, really powerful. Next one, guys, is, by the way, that was number 4, not number 3. Apologies for that. And so number 5, I kind of already went over this a little bit, but AI-related lead magnets. So there's a couple clever ways I've seen people do this. One thing I've seen people do is basically just make a database of the person's quotes if they're reaching out to like a YouTuber, for instance, and then just make an AI that is based off of the database of the person's quotes. So you could do that, and there's software out there you can use to do that. It does take a little bit of time, but you can do that for somebody. Typically, you'd probably only want to do that for somebody if they've already responded to you and stuff like that. But another thing you can do is make like an AI database where you basically take some famous person that they probably admire, and you make a database of quotes, and you're able to just like ask the AI what to do, and then you just give that to the person. Another thing you could do is make an AI chatbot that specifically answers questions about the industry that they're in, send that to the person, and then basically say, we can customize this chatbot to answer questions in the same way that you and your company would be able to answer questions, but you give them a little demo just to show them that the chatbot can do really well. It's things like this. So I've actually seen some pretty incredible AI. I mean, what they're able to do is pretty incredible. I've seen some AI, for instance, that can actually close people on calls. Believe it or not, it actually can do it. Now, is it as good as a real closer? No, it's not as good as a real closer, but I've seen AI where you can actually close people on calls. And yeah, you'd be surprised what you can do with AI. But if you're in the right type of industry, you can make an AI-related lead magnet. So, the person's AI, based on their personality, or the company, famous people, or people that are like an AI, not necessarily just famous people, but like an AI authority, like someone who's an authority in the space, AI authority, and then also just a general AI customer service chatbot. But then tell them that you can specifically customize it for their company, right? So a lot of different things you can do with AI there, and a lot of different opportunities, a lot of different angles. Obviously, just go ahead, keep an eye out for things. Some other things you could do with AI that are a little bit less related is, you could maybe find like a list of leads, like make a video for them, showing you doing lead gen for their niche, right? Just showing you doing lead gen specifically for their niche, but it's tailored to them. And this really gets people's attention, right? Using AI, this is with AI, by the way, with AI. Using AI to do something like lead gen for them and just showing them how they can utilize AI in their business, or showing them how they could utilize AI in their business just to save them time doing annoying stuff that they have to do, or save their team time doing annoying stuff that their team has to do. And just give them examples of like, hey, this is how we automatically repurpose content using AI. Now, of course, that would be something that is obviously has to be related to your niche. If your niche has nothing to do with repurposing content, then that's probably not going to be good. But yeah, just figuring out a way to use AI in order to get their information and start conversations with them is really powerful. Now, guys, if you want to work with me, I know how to do all of this stuff. I've helped a bunch of different people do all of this stuff. There's a link down in the description in the pinned comment below that will take you to a free training. You can also sign up for a call with me so we can talk about how you can grow and make money from YouTube and content syndication in general.